Hi, everyone. My name is Tyler Rayman, and this is my short and sweet book review of The Multifamily Millionaire by Brian Murray and Brandon Turner. To give a little background on my experience in multifamily, I am a real estate agent as well as a multifamily investor. Currently, I have 108 units under my belt, 88 of which are in Wichita Falls, Texas. I've also carved out a niche in assisted living, specifically in the Denver area. Outside of that, I'm always looking to expand and grow, and this is just one small step in the process, trying to educate myself. So hopefully you can take some value from it as well. The authors of this book, Multifamily Millionaire, are Brian Murray and Brandon Turner. This is a short and sweet bio that I pulled from Amazon Books. Brian Murray acquired his first investment property in 2007. Without raising any outside capital, Brian bootstrapped his way from newbie investor to founder and CEO of Washington Street Properties, a commercial real estate investment and property management company that was ranked on the Incorporated 5,000 list of the nation's fastest growing private companies for 5 consecutive years. In 2015, Brian was recognized with a Gold Stevie Award for Executive of the Year in the real estate industry. Brian is also the co-founder and key principal of Open Door Capital, a real estate investment firm that helps clients achieve superior risk-adjusted returns through the acquisition of value-add assets nationwide. Other books that he's wrote are Crushing It in Apartments and Commercial Real Estate, How a Small Investor Can Make It Big. Brandon Turner is the other author. He is an author, entrepreneur, and active real estate investor with more than 700 rental units and dozens of rehabs under his belt. He is the vice president of Bigger Pockets, co-host of the Bigger Pockets podcast, and author of 4 books, including the book on rental property investing and how to invest in real estate. Brandon has also been featured on numerous online and print publications like Forbes.com, Entrepreneur.com, and Money Magazine, where he enjoys showing others the power and impact of real estate investing and financial freedom. A lifelong adventurer, Brandon, along with his wife and daughter, splits his time between his home in Hawaii and various other destinations around the globe. Other books that he has written are the book on rental property investing, the book on investing in real estate with no and low money down, the book on managing rental properties, and several others. Now, going back up to the top here, I should clarify that The Multifamily Millionaire is actually a set of 2 books. We have Volume 1 and Volume 2. Today, what I'm going to be focusing on is Volume 2. Now, Volume 1 is primarily focusing on investing in small multifamily real estate. Given that there's a 1 and a 2, either of the books could be prioritized and read first. Having said that, for most of us investors that are still trying to gain some traction and momentum in the game, it is recommended to start with Volume 1 and then graduate onto Volume 2, which focuses on larger multifamily real estate. Going back down here, I have a copy and paste of just a quick overview of the table of contents. Recognize that this is a lot of wording, but the purpose of me putting all of the chapters here in order is just to kind of show that the book follows a very linear process in the acquisition of a larger multifamily property. To give an example, they start out by talking about the structuring of multifamily deals, how one would raise private capital, what multifamily debt looks like. In other words, focusing on the first steps of that process. And then as you get into the meat and potatoes, the middle part of the book, it details some of the other components that come a little bit later in the acquisition process. And then finally closes at the bottom with kind of detailing how one might sell multifamily and some of the other steps of the process there. The chapter 15 that I highlighted there, making offers and negotiating deals. The purpose of highlighting that one is just to show how I have used this book to navigate multifamily investing for my own purposes. Currently, one of the things that I was working on last week was going back and forth on an LOI that had been submitted on a larger multifamily in Texas. And I was struggling with how to negotiate that. We were getting some resistance from the seller and the broker, and I used this book as almost a encyclopedia, if you will. I was struggling with that topic, and so what did I do? I went to my table of contents in the book, and I looked up the negotiating deals part and read through it, and it was great. It detailed actually 10 different ways that you can make your offer look a little bit more attractive than others. Some of those being closing in a shorter period of time, writing an offer that maybe had some aspect of creative financing, different things of that nature to make your offer stand out from the competition. So again, what I mean by this is that it is a book that can be read from front to back in a very linear pattern. But at the same time, I think it's also a great book to have on one's desk that can be used, like I said, as an encyclopedia, where if you're struggling with one aspect of the entire process, well, then you can flip to that chapter and read it piece by piece. Outside of that, that's pretty much all I have on this book. I think that it is a must have on any real estate investor's desk. And it's a great great resource really to have that is not something that maybe looks a little bit daunting. Oh gosh, I have to read this 300 something page book front to back. No, this is something that is more of a resource as opposed to a daunting chore to make it through. So this is my review of Multifamily Millionaire Volume 2, and hope you got some value out of it. Thanks so much.